Gonna tell me that we're going. Don't hear anything. Still don't hear anything. And YouTube says we are live. Hello everyone, welcome to this stream from the Game Lounge. My name is Dreaxzyl, and okay, I cannot hear my voice and talk at the same time. It's weird. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Dreaxzyl. Welcome to the Game Lounge. Today we are going to go through case 6, which, based on the number of witnesses or suspects I peeked at during the last case, I believe this is the last case in Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. Hopefully I don't get stuck multiple times like I did last week, because oh my god, I was tired. Then I went and accidentally put the wrong guy in jail at first, even though I knew dang good and well he couldn't have been him. The man didn't know a dang thing necessary to pull off the crime. So yeah, my bad. Unfortunately, the culprit in that one ended up killing herself. I mean, justice was served, but it could have been better. Anyway, let's dive in. Now, naturally, we stream every Saturday, 8 o'clock Eastern. And with this being the last case of the game, I'm going to need to decide what I'm going to do for next week. I honestly have no idea. Half Moon Walk is the name of this case. Cool. So yes, like, subscribe, check out our Facebook. If you ask someone there, you'll probably get directed to our Discord. And any of these destinations, drop a comment for games you'd like to see us cover.
Where are you going, Holmes? Have you been invited somewhere?
We have been invited, Watson.
We
have? Where to?
To the Baker Street Irregulars' annual dinner. They sent us an invitation. It is on the table.
A dinner? How could those street urchins afford anything like that? I can't understand your interest in them, Holmes. They're dirty. They wouldn't hesitate to steal your wallet.
Watson, you should be excited. It is a secret dinner. Its location changes every year. Read the menu. Sounds mouth-watering.
All right. We, the secret police of Baker Street, invite you, Sherlock Holmes, and Dr. Watson to our annual dinner. Menu, entree, frozen rat head salad. Is this a joke?
the fuck?
Not at all. Pray continue.
Main course, sow's udder in Danny Nutcracker's way. Ah, sounds disgusting, Holmes. Hedgehog goulash. Street turnips in
And I
homemade
finished my
juice.
coffee.
And it goes on.
Ah, I can hear them on the stairs now.
Oh, we can't go there. We can't eat that.
Watson, you'll hurt the feelings of those poor children. We have to go.
I don't know,
Mr.
Holmes.
It is fine, Mrs. Hudson.
Mr. Holmes!
Wiggins, Dr. Watson is getting ready. He will be delighted to join us. You don't look well, my young man. Is there something wrong? Don't tell me the dinner is cancelled.
Mr. Holmes is my brother Leighton. He's in a prison cell. They say he's killed 2 men. You have to help us, Mr. Holmes, because I know he didn't do it.
Where
God
is he
knows
now?
you can't afford a lawyer.
From what I've heard, they took him to the yard, and they gave him a good beating already. You know
Of
what they're
course they
like.
did.
They'll hang him. They won't look any further.
Holmes, we have to help him.
Well, and forget about the dinner. Wiggins, I'll take the case.
You're fantastic, Mr. Holmes. I'll be waiting for you at the crime scene. You'll be there, right? It's on Half Moon Street in Whitechapel.
Very well.
Oh no, you've helped me 2 times too many not to, Best check the crime scene before I get more information from his brother. Perfect timing too, because I was getting ready to throw up my latest meal off of hearing that menu. Someone went out of their way to make that just completely stomach-churning. Anyway, so as I was saying before that interruption, please drop a comment of games you'd like to see us cover in any of the areas I mentioned, our YouTube, Facebook, so on and so forth. What is... that is a bottle. Iggy should be back from vacation soon, so he should be able to do some streams in the near future. Ow. And...
please, gentlemen, leave the scene now. Oh, Mr. Holmes, is that you?
Good evening, Constable...
Constable Marrow. I was here with Inspector Aberline during the Ripper case, Mr. Holmes, back in '88. But then this is nothing like that case. With this one, we've got the murderer, the weapon, and the statements, which speak for themselves.
Of course, Marrow. But you know that appearances can sometimes be deceiving.
I don't get to check him? Okay.
Who were the victims?
The two men here, both shot. The stab fellow was Brian Vercotti, a well-known ruffian. The other, Kenneth Butler, a jeweller by trade.
You spoke of statements. You have witnesses?
Well, I was there, so I gave my own statement. And then there were two other witnesses who said they saw the killer Chapman. Mr. Turner, a gentleman who lives in that flat over there. And Polly Powell, a flower seller, who was over at the far side of the street.
So, Constable Marrow, I should be delighted to hear your testimony.
I was standing at the north side of Half Moon Street. That was the side that you came from.
But you would have been unable to observe this part of the street, where we are standing now.
That is correct. But I saw the two victims slowly enter Half Moon Street, and then shortly after, the fireworks started. A few minutes after that, the fellow Chapman rushed towards me and ran into Half Moon Street.
Please continue.
I didn't pay attention, but suddenly I heard a woman's cries and police whistles on the other side of Half Moon Street. I rushed over there and I saw the two dead bodies on the ground. When I reached Whitechapel Street, I saw Leighton Chapman. He'd been caught by two police constables.
Did you hear the shots?
I didn't hear any shots. The fireworks were all over the sky. They were so loud I couldn't hear anything else.
What were the fireworks in honor of, Constable?
Well, today's Queen Victoria's birthday, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, I appear to have lost track of the days. It is May now, of course.
Wait, 88. When the hell does this thing take place?
Constable Marrow, what else caught your attention while you were running through Half Moon Street?
I saw nothing but rats, and I took the time to light every corner with my lamp.
Did you?
Did you happen to look up at Mr. Turner's window when you were on Half Moon Street at that time?
Yes, I saw that the window was open, but no one was there. It was dark in the room.
So we have
Constable,
a potential space
your
where
statements
someone
have
else
been
could
of
have shot
great
a
value
gun.
to me.
As I was saying, Kronik has already started the put up the first part of a playthrough of a game called Chrono Cross, I believe. I keep forgetting the name of it. Hey Kronik, if you're watching this, do me a solid. Put up more vids of that. Okay, I cannot go further than the cab. That is good to know.
Locked. 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 Locked.
And they won't even let me talk to that guy. That is insult. Okay. So, let's go over his testimony one more time. There's one little piece I want to see. So he was standing around here. So they would have had to enter from here. Okay. Okay, a few minutes later, Wiggins' brother ran in. You guys arrest the guy who might have been wrong about where... Okay. I didn't pay attention, but suddenly I heard a woman's cries. Police whistle on the other side. So you really didn't see anything. No matter, your details of the ambiance might be helpful. Okay.
He tried to stop the bleeding with his hand. Death was not instant.
Damn, poor sucker.
The bullet penetrated his stomach, a dreadful wound.
Would be nice if I could tell what angle. Maybe confirm the window theory.
A tattoo from Westgate Prison. Vicotti must have done some time there.
So he has a history to suggest he's made enemies.
Brian Vicotti suffered greatly. What a terrible way to die.
And the other? I believe this one's a jeweler, yes? Was that his tooth? Stuck object, piece of wood.
A piece of wood that has stuck between the cobblestones. Let us take a closer look.
It is not his tooth, but it is interesting. It's definitely a peg of some kind. Maybe the end of a stool foot or something?
This shard of wood is quite new.
Right in the dome.
The bullet struck his head. This man didn't stand a chance.
Unless I find there's another wound, death was definitely instant on this poor sod. Hello.
This is an ordinary key. I wonder what kind of door it opens.
Well, that's his jewelry shop on the other side of the street.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard? Is he all right?
Kid, you already told me he got the living shit beat out of him. I want to say no. So you're a witness, huh?
Good evening, Mr. Turner.
I heard Constable Marrow reply to you as Mr. Holmes. Are you that detective gentleman? I've heard of you. And, well, I know things. Things about this evening.
Excellent. Might we hear your story?
Why do you sound inebriated?
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
I was already in bed when the fireworks started. A few moments after, I clearly heard 2 gunshots from outside.
Please continue.
I quickly got up and I grabbed the lamp from my nightstand and I rushed towards the window. I looked down and I saw 2 bodies. And there was a man with a gun who was standing nearby.
Where exactly?
Well, near this body.
Did he notice you?
I don't think so. He rushed towards Whitechapel Street without looking around.
Mr. Turner, did you see anyone else in the street?
No, I saw no one but that man, the murderer, the fellow they caught.
Please tell me I find alcohol or something on him. Middle class, war veteran. Missing buttons, poor luck. Weak leg, limping.
Were the 2 shots you heard consecutive?
Yes, there was a very short pause between them, and they sounded different somehow. It seemed to me that the second shot was louder than the first.
That is an interesting comment.
Yes, it is.
Mr. Turner, what were your actions after you stepped up to the window?
I was afraid that the man with the gun might return, so I stayed close to the window till I saw the policeman coming in the Half Moon from Whitechapel. Then I walked out to tell them everything I saw.
You have helped us a great deal, Mr. Turner.
It was dark, but the guy swears he left a... Let me make sure I got that right. Because if I'm right about this, then I've already caught someone in a lie. Turns out he remained near the window. Say that he remained at the window of his flat until the police arrived. However, this is in conflict with Merrow's statement, as the constable did not see anyone at the window. Exactly the problem. So, got some explaining to do there.
Mr. Turner, you have stated that you remained close by your window after the crime, is that correct?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
That is very interesting, Mr. Turner. Constable Marrow stated that he did not see anyone at the window when he was running through Half Moon Street.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from Whitechapel. We could have missed each other somehow. You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
You are
Allow
so
me
full
to
of
form
shit.
my own theories, Mr. Turner. Would you mind showing me the view that you had from your window?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
Cool. Yeah, you're...
Mr. Turner appears to live very modestly. This fire is dying out. It was last tended to over an hour ago. The papers are almost entirely burned. I am unable to see what's written here.
What about on this side?
These words are illegible.
Shit.
The papers were thrown into the fire just a short while ago.
That's suspicious behavior. Okay, so I'm free to go in and out of his place whenever I want. Perfect. For a second I was afraid I'd only get one chance to really... Okay, that just scared the crap out of me. Really examine the place. Huh, normally the newspapers mean stuff. Hello!
A perfect match. So, Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victims. The books on this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here a short while ago.
That's useful information.
Mr. Turner was roused from his bed by the sound of gunshots. There are pieces of shredded paper scattered over the table. This kitchen knife is quite sharp. This kitchen knife was used to cut the paper.
Would love to know why. I was willing to go a while, giving the benefit of the doubt, but between two contradictions and a need to shred paper, possibly evidence of some kind.
So, that's the view Mr. Turner had when he opened the window. The dead body of Kenneth Butler. Brian Verco. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
But not the cop. got up from bed, which you would have needed the stick for. Open the window, look down, see stuff. Then he would have approached the body and broke the stick. From there, he took one of the books, which led to the place being a mess, shredded some papers, and then threw the shreds right into the fire. Oh, thank God I can fast forward. Took something, right, came back up fast as he could. Did that, and did that as I had suspected.
So Mr. Turner used a book to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
So I'm looking for a book that's missing its pages, and thus...
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this.
Really? You ruined Moby Dick? Seriously? That's low, man.
Well now, what a find. A precious jewel, concealed inside a book.
Ooh, this is nice.
A bracelet with a unique ram's head design. A distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era.
He still must have been moving pretty quick though, because that cop came in. Now, when the cop came in, he already took the bracelet and had entered his house again and was doing all the other stuff.
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age, and when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured right leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something or someone in Half Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Oh, time can pull tricks on you.
It can. But you are more full of shit than well, I'm going to.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Okay. You want me to bust your balls? I can do that. With glee. Dorky.
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then, and not now.
But Mr. Holmes...
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
Ooh.
No,
That's rough.
merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window, but you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the cobbles. Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I believe that. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
Dude, the rightful owner's a dead man. Just let the man get a break.
I wish this crime had never happened, Mr. Holmes.
Like, seriously, if I find out that it did just belong to the dead guy, I mean, shit. The man's poor. Let him have a few extra bucks. Maybe even pay off his monthly, his home payments for like a month or something. Heck, you said it was a flat? That means he pays rent.
This mirror is turned towards Half Moon Street. Locked. Locked. Locked.
Let me guess, I can't talk to those people. Nope.
Locked.
Now, the mirror being turned towards Half Moon Street could give me something to bust whatever
Locked.
testimony she tries handing me. Ooh, I do not get to scurry much further.
Locked. Locked.
Okay, that confirms I cannot fiddle with any of the doors. It's the middle of the night. What the first off, what are those flowers doing so widely bloomed? I'm calling bullshit left and right on that one. No. Just no. Second, what the are you doing fiddling with flowers in the middle of the
Powell?
night, lady?
What do you want?
My
After
name is
apparently
Sherlock
witnessing a murder.
Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the crime that took place this evening.
Well, I've already gave my testimony, but very well.
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Yes. I was selling my flowers as usual, and then the fireworks began, in honour of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed those. But then, all of a sudden, a young lad ran out of Half Moon Street and stopped just by me. He had a gun in his hand. He was like a ghost, and all covered in blood. It was dark, but I could see him, because of the flashes from the fireworks.
And then?
I screamed as loud as I could. I knew that a policeman should be on duty in the vicinity. He had no time to escape. 2 constables got him. Then another constable came out from the very same street, and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
If anything, he probably grabbed a gun that was left at the scene.
Mrs. Powell, did you hear the gunshots?
I'm not sure. You know, what with the fireworks?
Did you see anyone else leaving Half Moon Street, prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
My thanks to you, Mrs. Powell.
While he is wigging his brother, I do anticipate him to leave something out. Foolishly incriminating himself unintentionally. So yeah, all the info I can dig up before talking to him, the better. Also, I saw that I got that deadly plant as a trophy for the last case. Where did this madman put that thing? Huh, where did he put it? I still don't see it. I'm actually getting kind of nervous because I think he left it in Watson's quarters. He fucking did. That is all kinds of messed up. I thought that hairbrush was some kind of decorated skull. Alright, I'm not gonna find it in newspapers. Research. Chemistry? No. Wait, no. Nope. Symbols. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh, I could have used R1 a couple times to go over here. Oh well. No, no.
That is not the one I need.
Shit. Wrong button. Ah, here we go. Hellenistic treasure
That is
stolen.
not the one I need.
The fuck? Calling bullshit, but okay. Crash, not bracelet. Rod of what?
That is not the one I need.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but... Okay. Oh, that didn't belong to the guy. That means one of them stole it. Dedicated to the 5 heads of mountain ram. Pawn, a bracelet, necklace. ring, each made of pure gold. 5 rams have been missing from the museum since 1885.
Here it is.
And I saw an article.
I need to continue my research in my archives.
Yeah, I saw that article. Dang it! That was right 1, I meant to hit right 2. The Hellenistic treasures were stolen yesterday evening while being transported by cab on their way from the British Museum to the Glassford Fine Art Exhibition. Pawnshop owner Kenneth Butler, one of our dead men, contacted Scotland Yard that night and provided information regarding a gentleman who had attempted to sell him a collection of historical art at his pawn shop in Church Street. The police have since captured the described man, a professional thief by the name of Vincent Foley, who had been in the process of escaping London via the port. He was recognized by the surviving driver of the cab that had transported the collection of Hellenistic treasures. Since Foley refused to confess as to where the remainder of the treasures were hidden, he was eventually imprisoned and the lost treasures still be found. Well,
one of the victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop should tell me more.
I bet I find the other treasures, or at least one of them. Oh, that's how you give it. Who am I kidding? Yeah, you stay over there, Watson. I'll be fine. Not like I might get stabbed or mugged or something else in the alley. Need a doctor. Actually, I don't remember what kind of Dr. Watson was. Surgical, medical, what? I own a complete collection of Sherlock Holmes stories. I should retouch on those. Oh, some kind of party going on in there. Okay, so there's nothing else to really entertain me except Butler's pawn shop. Use key.
Mr. Butler's key matches the lock perfectly.
No shit it would. I'd be shocked if the man didn't carry a key to his own pawn shop 24/7. God knows I'm never more than like 10 feet from my keys.
Crampons and a sharp ice axe would only be brought here by a mountaineer. Crampon.
Huh, I guess that's all I'm getting from there. That's stupid.
It looks as though Mr. Butler kept a careful record of his operations.
I don't get to read the ledger. Hello.
The ram's heads. This necklace belongs to the 5 Rams of Mittelin collection. Interesting. That means that Kenneth Butler owned a part of this collection all this time, 10 years after the theft.
Hello, Kenneth. I remember you once told me about 3 pieces of golden jewelry with ram heads from ancient Greece. You still got them, right? Well, goodness for you, I found a man loaded with money who's crazy about those jewels. He's ready to fork out a small fortune. I can arrange a meeting with this money back for you, but I want you to cut me in on the deal. I'll be waiting for you at the crossing of Great Owl and Half Moon Street on Sunday evening before the fireworks. Brian Fricotti. Interesting. I wonder which of the man's, one of the dude's employees had to have found that note. Okay, I kind of jumped to conclusions without actually reading the stuff, not gonna lie. The collection. Really? That is surprising. They were there for the deal.
A flare pistol. Perhaps it was pawned by a destitute sailor.
Oh no, you're not thinking someone shot them with a flare gun. Why wouldn't they? On a night with fireworks? Who'd question it?
Mr. Holmes, whatever brings you here so late at night?
I'm interested in the case of young Leighton Chapman. He was arrested earlier this evening and accused of a double murder.
I beg your pardon? That case is quite clear to the police. Or are there any new facts that we don't know about?
Who knows, Inspector?
Look, you are free to investigate, of course, Mr. Holmes. Chapman was arrested with a revolver in his possession, which you can find in the evidence room. The suspect himself is in custody.
Did you find anything else on his person?
A few personal belongings. Nothing particular, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Lestrade.
Somehow I doubt that.
Mr. Holmes, what is the trouble with that lad? Isn't he guilty of murder?
Right, because your track record for guessing the crimes has been so lovely over the years, right? Fuck out of here.
So this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon.
Let me guess. Nope. That's at least one shot fired. Shit.
It seems as though the shells were not removed from the cylinder.
Fuck!
2 out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots.
Damn it, kid, why did you pick up the gun? Maybe. The only reason I'm even considering that first one is because of that mirror. We'll come back to this. Huh.
These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco. Nothing interesting. A cheap watch, bought with his own money, no doubt.
Oh, shit. They must be giving me that symbol because of that little choice I have to make.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
Who are you? I've got nothing to say. It's all a mistake.
They did
Calm
rough him up.
down, Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother? You know him? Then that means you're...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you everything.
I bet you will. But first, let's see how bad they roughed you up, man. Okay, so that... Oh, that's not good. That's the same tattoo that one of the victims had from the same prison.
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work, and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw two men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head, and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun. But he made a dash for it instead, and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
Which means the lady would have to be lying. And it couldn't have been the dumbass with the cane.
So you might still have had time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand, though. I took it, and then I followed the third man.
So, okay. So the jeweler probably murdered the other guy that was dead.
Interesting. Pray, continue.
I turned a corner, and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward. As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping and all that mess. Perhaps I was still half-blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man.
So, flash gun could have been used with the mirror to mask the one guy's escape from the one lady, but also blinded him and left him in a stupor.
Leighton, are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark, and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps... It's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away. Perhaps it was because of the fireworks or the surprise of me seeing him.
Leighton, I confess I am puzzled. Why should a young lad like you take a gun from the hands of a dead man and set off in pursuit of a probable killer?
I know. I keep wondering that, but at the time it was like a reflex. A criminal ought to be arrested, and he was armed.
You were willing to risk your life. That was a little foolish, unless you wanted revenge.
No, Mr. Holmes. I was just being brave and stupid.
Sorry, buddy. But I caught this one. And besides, now that you say you didn't hear his footsteps, I have other suspicions about that mirror.
I'm sure that you were, but I believe that you may have recognized one of the victims, Brian Vercotti. You knew that gentleman well, did you not?
However could you know that?
You have a typical tattoo of the Westgate Brotherhood upon your hand. I observed exactly the same mark upon Mr. Vercotti. You came to know him from your sharing a past prison sentence. Am I correct, Mr. Chapman?
Oh, God. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
Would you tell me a little about Brian Vercotti?
We were convicted for a robbery. Once in prison, both of us joined one of these fraternities. During that year, we tried to help each other out, you know?
You were quite young then, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, we were. We'd only stolen a pound of meat. After we were released, and when I saw what my little brother had become, I decided to work towards living an honest life.
And Vercotti?
He had a hard time. His sister had died in a Whitechapel dispensary while he was in prison.
Ooh.
He had no family anymore. Our paths split. He fell back into crime.
So you lost him?
Yes. And for around 2 years, I heard no news of him at all.
We shall see you soon, young man.
No. Okay. No, on that on that flash, I have all the reasons to believe there was a second gun, specifically for the, flash. Didn't Chapman say that he saw a Hmm.
tell our works, that'll be...
I'm guessing I can't examine them further. Oh, God friggin' forbid. Okay, I need to prove something with that bloody flash gun.
Mr. Holmes, what is the trouble?
The hell? Why is there a shadow all over this guy with a light directly on? Man, that is a bad glitch. Yes, a reenactment could prove my theory that the jeweler shot the ex-con. Or, I guess he's not ex, he was probably, till his dying breath, still trying to perform crimes. Didn't do too good this time, buddy! But
what's up with you, lad? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah, the murderer.
oh,
He ain't
don't.
killed no one, copper.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless brother of yours.
Okay, enough of that shit.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure to shove a boot up your ass.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard? Is he all right?
Do I have to...
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift my lamp. This should be useful.
Yep, good thing I saw it earlier. But, god damn it. Thank you. Hello.
This is most definitely a bullet hole. The brick cracks are fresh. Watson, there was a third shot fired in this street.
It still doesn't. No.
Constable Marrow, I would value your assistance in this investigation.
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, I bet it would.
I would like to make
up.
sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man could hide while you were running through it with your lamp.
All right, Mr. Holmes, what should I do?
Take your lamp and start walking, just as you did before, and try to find me.
Understood. I can see you very well, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
Alright, so they're actually gonna have me waste my time on this. Ah.
No, this is not how I walked at the time of the crime. I was more attentive. Let's start over again. Here you are, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
The constable would have surely missed that second one, though.
Mr. Holmes, it wasn't difficult to find you at all.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp while hiding in the street.
No. But what if they went in there? As the man himself once said, once you've eliminated the impossible, what's left, no matter how unlikely, must be the truth. There is one person who is confirmed to have leaned over that body and gone into that flat. So it's still not looking good for the guy with the limp. Oh, an attempt to climb the wall. Just as interesting.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
I guess they could have gone up. Still unlikely, but hey, there's a set of climbing tools at the pawn shop, which again suggests someone could have read that note. Yeah, that fits into prior theories. Besides, with that limp, there's no way the guy could have been chased by Chapman and got away. It's just not possible.
These tools are exactly what I need to climb the wall.
Oh my god, Wiggins, please stop causing trouble.
Why are you looking at me all the time like that?
I'm just watching you, lad. I never know what to expect from people like you.
People like me?
Yes, street beggars and thieves.
Okay, seriously?
I ain't a thief.
Oh no? Then where did you get whatever it is that you're gnawing on? I very much doubt that you bought it.
What ain't seen can't hardly be stolen.
Seriously, Morrow? You're pissing me off.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with...
Supposed to grab the flare gun too. Forgot. My bad.
This is exactly what we need.
Come on. Okay. That little hiccup aside, let's try this again. Oh my god. Wiggins, just go somewhere else, please.
Wiggins, my lad, what are you doing here? You'd best be leaving and be quick about it.
I've done nothing wrong. You'd learn more by watching Mr. Holmes. He knows exactly what he's doing. Not like you.
Oi, watch your tongue.
No, keep telling him.
Constable Marrow, Watson, I would like to perform another kind of reenactment with your help.
I'm listening, Mr. Holmes.
I want to check if Leighton's testimony can be trusted. If someone could vanish into thin air at a specific moment.
Oh,
But Holmes,
shit.
I don't see how.
I am going to be the mysterious gentleman whom Leighton followed. I will stand exactly where he saw him before he was blinded by the flash. Watson, you will be Leighton. When I fire the signal flare, you should start to chase me.
I understand, Holmes.
You, Constable Marrow, just play your part and do exactly as you did. Just, please, wait 5 seconds after the signal flare. I doubt that Polly Powell would have screamed any earlier.
As you say, Mr. Holmes.
Let us begin, then. Catch me if you can.
So I just have to pick a spot. Should be simple enough.
The moon illuminates this wall. Anyone trying to climb it would be easily spotted by Constable Marrow.
Which means it would have to be this side.
This wall is cast in shadow. It would be difficult.
And that also explains how he didn't hear the footsteps.
I can barely see anything. Holmes? Are you there?
I should try climbing faster.
Alright, I think I see how this is supposed to be done.
I can barely see anything. Holmes? Are you there?
I should try climbing faster.
Alright, so I actually have to hit it immediately. Okay.
I can barely see anything. Holmes? Are you there? Where is he? My God, a man can't just disappear like that. Holmes? Holmes? Where are you?
I cannot see you, Mr. Holmes. Dr. Watson, it seems that Mr. Holmes has disappeared.
With a hat
Don't
like
worry,
that, I'm
gentlemen,
surprised
I
he
am up
couldn't.
here, above your heads.
How on earth did you get up there, Holmes?
I am using crampons and a climbing axe, although the person we are looking for did not leave any traces of such tools. Constable, is there any way to get to the top of this building?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I can show you. The door to the building can be found from Whitechapel Street.
Gentlemen, I am on my way down.
Someone catch me.
This is the back door of the building with the attic floor that you require.
These shards of glass are from the window above.
So someone definitely broke in. And there's the jacket he mentioned.
A cluster of thick black threads. They're unusually strong. I should examine them under the microscope. Someone broke through the window to get inside the attic, but in his haste he ripped his jacket. We can conclude that the person whom Leighton saw climbed up the wall, broke into the attic window, and escaped through the hatch.
Alright, off to Baker Street. Let's see what we can learn about that hair.
Hello, Toby. All you need now is a shawl and a mock cap, and you could be Mrs. Hudson's younger sister.
Fucked up!
Let us take a closer look.
Oh,
It is not a thread, but a hair. I very much doubt that it is human. I need to compare this sample with a human hair and a horse hair. A shaving brush is usually made from horsehair. Watson, could you please pass me your shaving brush?
yeah, it's the one I mistook
Here you
for a, skull earlier.
Watson, look, what's outside the window?
No!
Well, I don't see anything. Ouch! Holmes!
Fucking
Oh, don't make
bastard!
such a fuss. One little hair.
Dude, come on. I can yank a hair out without, like, that easy. Like, god dang, you did not have to do that to him.
The horsehair is thinner than the hair that we found.
And naturally, the human hair is even worse.
is significantly thinner, than the black sample. So, this black hair belongs to an animal, and it is larger than a horse. A hair from a large and exotic animal.
A gorilla? There were signs posted around the pawn shop of a circus that I saw. Seen only by... Wiggins should still be at Half Moon Street, and at the rate he's been going, I'm probably going to have to save him from his own mouth. Surprised no one's had to do that for me. If you have had to do that and are watching this, thank you for also doing so in such a way that I did not notice. Place your bets, folks. Is Wiggins fucking up? 3, 2, 1. Yup.
Look here, lad. You'd better go home and start thinking about what a fine pickle your brother's landed himself in.
Ha! But he'll be free tonight, 'cause he's innocent.
Don't be daft, lad. It's a closed case.
Wiggins, I need you to get the fuck out of this alley before you get yourself in trouble and do something else a little bit more productive.
We have good news for you, Wiggins. The investigation has proven very interesting so far. We found facts and details that confirm your brother's innocence.
I knew it, Mr. Holmes.
But for now, Wiggins, we need your help.
Anything you like, Gov.
I need you to locate a circus that has stopped over in London. It needs to have disposed of at least one exotic animal. A very large one.
You can count on me, Mr. Holmes.
For the sake of climbing and black hair, gorilla's really the only thing I can think of. And then again, it supposed to be an exotic animal. Something I wouldn't know from the day-to-day. The next morning, very early, whoa, we cannot be killing that much time. They're gonna hang this man.
I do hope that those children don't get into trouble, Holmes.
Don't worry, Watson. I predict some news in 7 seconds.
Mr. Holmes, we found it. Here it is.
A little sooner than 7 seconds, but okay. Dude. I'm calling all the bullshit. There's no way an elephant was fitting on that roof, or unless the elephant wasn't there and the hair just happened to be on the guy's jacket. I've been overthinking this shit.
And this is a young Indian elephant, the highlight of the show. Duval Brothers, a well-known travelling circus that is currently stopped in London. I believe that is exactly the type of...
Aye, you! Stop right there.
Good morning, sir. Pardon me, but why am I not allowed to walk around here?
Because it's private.
Well, I only wanted to meet the artistes.
Hmm? You're wanting to apply for... Nah. You don't look like the type of, artistic lockpicker that we're looking for.
You might be surprised.
What? Nah. I don't think so. Clear off.
Oh, you want me to pick a lock? Let's go.
You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? Get lost.
Admission, 3 shillings.
You're a bit...
Gotta be something here I can work with. I think I accidentally pushed that.
You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? Get lost.
Shit.
You're a bit slow to catch on, eh?
I guess there's not really anything I can do here just yet, which is kind of a pain in the ass. I'm sure that you'll... Ah! Of course. Wardrobe. I might be a little slow on the pickup then. That is embarrassing. No matter. It's about time too, because I've only got to use this thing once. At the very beginning of the game. Casual, black, brown, green, gray, light, bandit, farmer, morning on sailor, unbuttoned, casual. You want entertaining? Here we go. I might have to change the suit.
Spectacles are unpopular among thugs. I don't want to arouse suspicion.
I thought they'd be funny.
I'd better wear a shabby hat.
Stay where you are. What are you doing here, and where is Sherlock Holmes?
Watson, you're
Calm
an
down,
idiot.
Watson. Take deep breaths now. It's me.
Oh, thank God, Holmes. I can't get used to your disguises.
Dude,
Thank
you know
you,
this guy's
Watson.
face. He didn't
That
change
means
much on that
I am
one.
ready to go.
Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Nigel. I'm here to open the locks.
Talented, eh? Let's see. Go inside the marquee and show yourself to Charles Foley. And I'd highly advise you not to trick him. Got that?
I've got it.
Yeah, we don't mind a little look around first. Doesn't look like I'm going to get much in the way of evidence until I go in there. That's fine.
So, everything is here, just as you asked. And what about the money?
Some of the barrels are wet.
Transportation issues, it couldn't be helped.
Whatever. We'll be here after midnight to pick up the supplies.
I want to be paid first.
No. You'll be paid after we make the transfer, as I said.
Right?
I hope that no one saw you. The police are on the lookout.
Of course not. I'm a professional.
Glad to hear it. Be ready for tonight, then.
This wooden barrel is damaged. It is difficult to say what is inside. There is a spot on this barrel that was intentionally painted out. The crest of the Honorable Artillery Company. Could it be gunpowder? I need to be sure.
Yep.
Judging by the fractions and the scent, I can confirm that it is, in fact, gunpowder.
Why do you need so many fucking literal barrels of... Jesus Christ, look at all these!
The barrels are roughly clustered. It seems as though they were brought here in... This printing press is old, but still quite capable of printing hundreds of pages per day. There are enough posters to paste across half of London's walls. From lambs into lions. Those are words of encouragement and defiance.
Yes, they are.
That's a picture of a contemporary gentleman wearing a Robin Hood hat. Interesting. This poster was clearly made to fire up rebellion amongst the people.
What, against the Queen?
Powder kegs, a printing press, and a great many blank papers. All of this was stolen by the Merry Men quite recently. And these poster samples. I am quite sure it is not a coincidence. The Merry Men are planning some sort of sabotage.
Stop right here. Who are you?
Are you Charles Foley?
Maybe.
They say that I can open any door.
Do they now? We'll see that lock near the chains on the table over there. Open that.
Okay. probably the gun he took from the crime scene. Hello! There's the last of the treasures. And he's an acrobat. Yeah, you're definitely our murderer. Now, you want me to pick a lock. Let the games begin. Alright, so starting from there. So we're going all the way in with that one. Come on. That cokehead at the plant place gave me a much better challenge with his lock.
Ah, well, they're right. What's your name?
Nigel Shirley, from York.
Ah, Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
Oh. Shit.
It's a long story. I met your brother, Vincent the Butcher Foley, in prison. He told me all about his betrayal and all about you. Before I was released, he told me that you might find a job for me one day and pay me some money for me craft.
Well, he died 7 days ago in prison.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. The traitor has paid the blood price for it. And you'll do the job anyway, because I need a talented lockpicker. I know just where to search for his legacy.
It's all about the Hellenistic treasures, isn't it?
Osh, you fool. Now, listen up. You'll come with us tonight, and you better mind yourself.
Us? Wait, who's coming then?
Billy, Jack and me.
And what will I get for that?
We'll share the loot. The one you seem to know about.
Right.
Wait for us at the abandoned manor house on the corner of Ladbroke Grove and Kensington Park Road at midnight.
Deal.
Notting Hill Manor. So, I have the other 2 treasures. Yep, there he is, the last character portrait. Not to mention our killer. Well, Charles Foley, your ass is mine. And I'm going to happily throw the book at you. You know what? Just because I know how much it hurts, straight into the temple, back of the dome. Hurts like a motherfucker, let me tell you. Especially if it's a hardcover book.
Here I am at the manor. Somewhere inside it are the Hellenistic treasures.
how can they be if I have two of them? And he has the other one.
This lock is quite old. It shouldn't be much of a challenge.
Whoa! Okay! We got ourselves some fun now. Oh, shit. I got two paths this can go. Oh-ho! Oh, man. Uh-oh.
I need to find where the safe is hidden and lockpick it.
Okay, that's some absolutely creepy music.
This cupboard is an absolute mess. Several books have fallen from the shelves. It seems as though this cupboard can be moved. I'll give it a try.
Oh. That's anticlimactic and didn't require much searching. Well, fuck it. What if I want to see the rest of the house? The hell? Oh, there is a door. They just locked it off in the most asshole way imaginable. Whatever. Okay, let's fiddle with the safe.
So, that's the lock I must open tonight. Let me see.
Whew, we got us a whopper this time. Oh, shit. One of these is a red herring. I went for the wrong one. You have to solve one lock to be able to
What a
use a totally different
surprise.
key.
Another lock. And I won't be able to pick it. I recall that precious key around Foley's neck. It might prove a decent fit. I suppose they hired me to only open the first lock. Let us wait for the thieves, trap them, and find out.
Still not like
Let
the
us
fact
check
that
the thieves'
Foley's packing
possible
heat.
escape routes in the event that they are caught off guard by the police from the front door.
Only possible escape route I notice is where the window.
The ground floor window is a perfect way to escape the police.
And of course there's the back
This
door.
door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency. Oh, that's a lovely old carpet. I wonder what this old chandelier is doing on the floor. It looks as though it was poorly attached. I wonder what... The thieves won't attempt to escape through the front door if the police are right behind it. Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape.
Foolish, but possible.
This should be useful.
Oh, this is gonna be some Home Alone shit right here with the carpet too. They're not gonna waste their time coming to this.
This works very well. No one will escape through this window now.
Which means now they have to go through.
This door is a perfect means of escape.
Hello.
A solid rope. A solid rope.
What, they want me to use the rope and the chandelier like some kind of piñata?
There is no ladder. If anyone falls here, he will need assistance to get out.
Oh my god, they want me to use the carpet! This is some Home Alone shit!
This should be useful.
Oh my god.
Now, it's not an open hatch, just a nice carpet on the floor. I should walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined.
Oh yeah.
Now, if a thief runs through the kitchen, he'll pay a surprise visit to the cellar.
Now, about anyone actually...
I wonder what this old chandelier... I suppose that the thieves already tried to open the lock with this formidable hammer, but they were unsuccessful. A solid rope. This is the perfect... One step on these beads, and our thief will go flying. I should walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined. Any thief who finds his way upstairs will roll down very quickly.
Oh my god! This is gonna be hilarious.
This door leads to a kitchen, which holds the shortest route to the back.
So if I close it...
This door... This should be used...
Oh my god.
The door is now blocked. This should be...
Oh, now you'll let me take the rope for the chandelier thing. Okay, I'm gonna wanna be careful around that.
If anyone takes the hammer, the rope will uncoil and make the chandelier fall.
Oh my god. I'm almost scared to watch this one.
If he runs through the dining room and takes a sledgehammer to force open the door, the chandelier will knock him down. The traps for my circus companions are all prepared. I can leave now, but I'll return later with Charles Foley and his companions.
Haunted house! That's what they're calling this one. Oh, man. Alright, boys and girls, let the games begin! Tonight's show is brought to you courtesy of the Game Lounge. If you like our videos and the games we show off, please hit that like button and subscribe. And we can back on that thought. Oh, we don't get to see.
Stop where you are!
Ha!
Where are they?
Watson
Trapped,
got him.
Watson, with your assistance.
How so?
You sounded just like a real Bobby, my dear fellow. You startled them into the traps.
I did?
I assure
Yes.
you, Watson, it was quite an entertaining show. They will not escape the house now.
You scum!
And this is the pistol used for the murder in Half Moon Street.
How'd you know about that?
Really, Michael?
Have you closed the case yet, Sherlock?
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Did you follow me?
Sherlock, it may seem that I used you, but you should be pleased to know that you have served our queen well, in this instance. So now, let us catch the big fish. But this man is not one of the merry men.
No.
Then why exactly are we here, Sherlock?
This gentleman, Charles Foley, has been involved in a double murder, and the hunter of a set of valuable antiques, the Hellenistic treasures, which disappeared in a theft many years ago.
You're no better than the coppers!
Yeah, maybe. Woo!
Holmes, that is incredible. The Hellenistic treasures.
I could spend days
Indeed.
just examining those.
Nothing but trifles. Where are the merry men?
I don't know why you are
Mycroft,
asking
you
me,
unappreciative
Mycroft. They are
sow.
yours to find.
I'll see you soon, dear brother.
Hello. The search for the missing link could be the motive for the crime that was committed in Half Moon Street. Mr. Turner picked up the bracelet directly after the murder, but the ring is still missing. Crime committed in Half Moon Street, but... No, that was not done by him. The jeweler had all 3 treasures. 2 of them were taken from his person. So the double murder of the person for organizing it, since he is not directly guilty of murder. Oh no! No, he's definitely guilty of... Well, no, he isn't, actually. The 2 men killed each other.
Don't.
I want to revisit that one bit of dialogue. Goodbye,
Charles
Mr.
Foley, you committed the crime of premeditated murder and of theft. You will be severely punished for your deeds.
You are pitiful, you Scotland Yard dog.
Save your words for the gallows. I'm sure the journalists will love them. I shall leave now, Watson. Gentlemen, please take our friends here into custody.
Where are you going?
I have unfinished business. I'll see you at Baker Street.
So yes, as I was saying, before went and let the mic go right away from me. As I was saying before I had confirmed that he does in fact deserve the gallows. like, subscribe, and also please check out the Game Lounge's Facebook. If you drop a request there, we can direct you to our Discord. And with this being the last case of Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments, I'm in need of a new game to play starting next week. If you have any suggestions, please drop a comment here on this video or over at the Facebook page. This has been Dreaxzyl with the Game Lounge, signing out. I'll see you guys next week. But for now, let's enjoy the wrap-up of this game. I'm going to look real silly after having settled that if it turns out finishing this opens a whole nother case.
Be careful with the lamps. Don't bring them too close to the barrels.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Who's there?
That is of no importance. What matters is who you are and the plans that you have here.
So you can stop us from carrying them out?
Eventually, yes.
Hey, careful. You'll blow us all up.
I'm listening.
We are a group known as the Merry Men. But I suppose you knew that already.
Yep.
We are the men who've already lost everything of value in their lives. We are ruined shopkeepers. We are workers who were fired from their jobs. Honest people who were robbed. We were forced out from our homes and thrown onto the street. And all of this in the name of the so-called law. The laws that were set out by our government. The laws that make the commoners only more vulnerable and the wealthy more protected.
Yeah, kind of
we are not only from the British Empire. Some of us are from the New Lands, America, Australia, and we are many.
Oh,
but
I'm
men,
sure
we
some
are
of you
still,
suffer that blight in America.
And we are merry for that we stopped being afraid. For those powers that be had done their best to plant the fear inside our souls, and we accepted it so easily. The fear advised us to keep our heads bowed. It prevented us from fighting. Bankers and politicians, they own our lives, our work, our bread, and they push us to compete between each other, just to see who may serve them better. But in the end,
damn if it ain't the
they
truth.
are the few, so they are weak. They are nothing without their titles. We should not fear them. Our so-called masters should fear us instead. The time has come for our group to stand tall. Our great and many merry men. We are going to blow up the London Stock Exchange. No life shall be lost. But ownerships, debts, and property titles? They shall all be destroyed. They're only papers, after all. So many people will be freed over this night.
That is a radical step to take. What result do you truly expect?
Chaos. But soon people will understand that they are free, and that they don't belong to anyone. They will be able to work for themselves, together, without letting the rulers dictate what to do, and finally justice will arise.
What you are intending to do is a crime. It is not justice.
Which is the
How do
only
you see
reason
justice,
I'm not
then?
right there on board
Kids go to
with
prison for a loaf of dry bread. And how many lords do you see punished for stealing from their people? Sending them to their deaths in mines or overseas to fight for land? Our masters wouldn't hear us. So now it's time to sing the song of the merry men. Will you let us do our duty?
Sorry, gentlemen.
When people fight the Order, they are too blind to see the consequences that throw society into chaos. I shall stop your actions, but not you. Run. Now!
Awesome. I get the satisfaction of knowing I see steps further ahead than those guys, and the satisfaction of setting off that explosion. This is a great night.
So, you're interested in Russian literature now?
Quite, lately.
It is an interesting book. I remember a few lines.
Really? I tried reading it myself, but I had a hard time understanding it.
Yes, Doctor. It's about intelligence. Sherlock, I vaguely recall one of the lines. Sometimes it takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. There were also a few words along the lines of, pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. Tell me, Doctor, does my brother show any signs of pain or suffering?
Not that I know of.
You're not looking hard
Because
enough.
you see, Doctor, behind all of his masquerade, my brother does possess a deep heart. So deep that he does not recall where he places his love.
Well, I'm sure that...
His love and his duty that, in the first place, should be directed towards the Empire.
Oh, shut up.
For without it, we would be nothing. A country filled with uncivilized men.
And the Empire needs order and discipline. It has no room for chaos.
People who commit crimes, or at the very least intend them, deserve punishment, Sherlock. Without justice, there can be no civilization.
But we serve the truth, not justice.
Your truth, Doctor, that may prove immoral. Allowing people to terrorize London, destabilizing the whole empire.
Terrorize only the powers whom you serve, Mycroft. Not I, not Watson, not Mrs. Hudson, not Wiggins.
Sherlock, the merry men are to be stopped.
Not by me. You created the merry men. Stop them yourself. Only make
Preach.
sure that you don't create 10 more merry men by arresting the one.
Good night, Dr. Watson.
Oh, wow. Fuck you, Mycroft.
Anything in the post, Watson? Any clients worthy of our attention?
Only a second reminder from Mrs. Hudson about our new neighbour. She urges you to remove your...
Oh, I don't care about that.
Holmes, the lady who will be moving in shortly has requested the use of our spare room to place all of her boxes.
Wait. What? A lady?
Please don't look in the damp. Oh, here we go, end credits. Great. Guess we can enjoy this together, and then I'm going to go get something to drink. Wait a minute. Are we about to watch how that one domestic murder went down? Oh no, we're about to see a lot of moments leading up to our victim's last. To the discovery of their bodies, I guess. I guess it varies on a case-to-case basis. It's an okay game. Unfortunately, for those of you who didn't find it too interesting, I do in fact intend to go through a sequel game to it sometime soon. I present to you Sherlock Holmes, the Devil's Daughter. But I do not intend to do it next week. No. I've had my fill of Holmes for at least a little while. Besides, I like to keep a good variation on our channel. Which, until my cohorts start adding their own games, is going to be difficult if I do too much of the same game back to back. I'm thinking maybe Vampire. I also have the sequel to that one Digimon game, and then that goes back to the problem I just mentioned. There's .hack GU, but ooh, that is a commitment. I'm going to be on that for weeks. I could try a Mega Man X game, though my fastest time on the first one is actually less than an hour, so it would only be one stream before I have to go to another game. If I run short of ideas before Saturday, I'm gonna have to do that just to buy myself an extra week. What else do I have? Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know how long that's gonna go. There was a game made by the people who did that Call of Cthulhu game that Iggy recommended to me, and I did download it somewhere on this PS4. I think it was called... what was it called? I forget what it was called. It's not The Order. That's something else. I forget. Screw it! Let's find out next week. Or I guess I'll have to flip on it or something. Well, my eye... Hello. What's going on? Yeah, we should be done here. I guess I just have the one option to exit to the main menu. What last save point? We're done. See you all next week, folks. Let's see here.